Check.
Check. 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Check.
Check 1 2.
1
1 2 1 2.
4 here.
1 2 1 2. Check 1 2.
Should
1
we
2
get
3.
to airtime?
1 2 3.
How's it sound?
I think that's going to work. And the most pleasant good afternoon from Shelton State Community College. Brett Elmore alongside Sebastian Black, courtside for WJLX. We are live from the Veterans Day Classic, where the Bears last night lost to South Georgia Tech, the #1 team out of the state of Georgia in the junior college ranks, 84-71. To move to 1-2 on the season this afternoon, they play a winless East Georgia State team, the Bobcats, under Coach Travis Garrett. They are averaging 61 points a game, giving up almost 80 points per outing. And so it should be a very interesting matchup this afternoon from Tuscaloosa. Brett Elmore alongside Sebastian Black, Brian Hell along as well, Woody Wilson back at our studios. And Sebastian, should be a good afternoon and a very competitive game, I do believe.
It should, as East Georgia coming in here winless. They are looking for their first win here, but they got to come from a very, very tough Bevill State ball team as they play hard yesterday against South Georgia.
All right, we're going to take a break. The anthem is coming up, so we're going to step aside. You're listening to Bevill State Basketball, presented by Pinnacle Bank. We'll be back in 2 minutes. And we welcome you back to Shelton State Community College, the Humphrey Center, as we are prepared for game number 2 of the Veterans Classic in Tuscaloosa between the Bears and East Georgia State College. Like I mentioned, the Bears are now 1-2 on the season. Next up, we'll be back in Tuscaloosa at Stillman to play the JV on Monday. But the Bears played very well yesterday afternoon in the second half of action. In the opening half, they kind of, well, just did not play very good basketball. In the second half, played well. And the team that beat them yesterday, South Georgia Tech, predicted in the preseason to win the Georgia Collegiate Athletic Association. That is the JUCO of Georgia. This team this afternoon, preseason number 6 out of 9 teams. And we are set from Tuscaloosa for the opening tip-off. Game brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. Appreciate it so very much. I believe we got our audio situated on our live stream. Not sure, but if not, we'll adjust at the half. You'll just bear with us. The tip is controlled and out of bounds. Last touched by one of the Bears. So East Georgia will have it. The Bobcats up first.
Brett, your starters real quick for the Bevill State Bears is number 0, Maurice Johnson, number 3, C.J. Beckham, number 5, Gervais Peters, number 24, Carterius Evans, and number 12, Cornelius Grant.
Here is the alley-oop. Oh, it was accidentally tipped in by Cornelius Grant, but they'll give it, of course, to number 12, London Ism, his first points. It's 2-0 early going. Bears with the basketball, a feed, kissing it off the glass. No good for Evans. Rebound. It's out of bounds. It'll be last touched by the Bobcats. So the Bears will have it side court to inbound. Number 3, C.J. Beckham. 19:29. We're just underway. 2-0 your score. Appreciate you spending the afternoon. And happy Veterans Day, everyone. Johnson with a basketball, swings it around right side. Here's a drive, the penetration, and the put-in is good by C.J. Beckham. His first points makes it a tie ball game at 2 apiece. 5 with the basketball now. That is Jalen Jones. Jones with it. And the shot from high post is no good for Crisp. Here's the drive, the penetration in the lane. Whistles. We have an offensive foul on Malik Sadler. The sophomore from Atlanta picks up his first.
Maurice Johnson's going inbound it here for the Bears. Gives it to Gervais Peters, back to Maurice, back to C.J. Beckham, now back to Maurice.
Johnson facing the pressure, and he'll leave it off with Gervais. Peters with the basketball near side. Always chase number 3, C.J. Beckham, steps on side court. Out of bounds, and a turnover. The Bobcats will have it now with 18:44 to work with opening half. Jalen Jones with the basketball from Valdosta, Georgia. The sophomore gives 3 with it. Sadler back over now to Jones. Jones, a bounce pass, high post. Kick out now. Drive, baseline, layup is going to be blocked by the Bears. And number 24, Carterius Evans. Back the other way. Johnson with the basketball. Near side, Peters. Peters leaves it with Johnson. The sophomore from Georgia into the hands of C.J. Beckham with another deuce in the paint. Gives the Bears a lead 4-2. So all 4 points of the afternoon coming to Beckham, the sophomore from Carver High School. Here's a drive at the paint, kick out pass, 3-ball, open look off the top of the backboard into the hands of the Bears. Bears back the other way quickly, working to the goal to our left. They'll leave it off with Gervais Peters. Peters trying to work off a screen, stops his dribble. Goes left side with a pass to C.J. Beckham. Now back over to Evans. Evans on the block, high post. He'll drive in the lane. He'll stop his dribble. He'll put it up and in. First points for Evans, the sophomore from Minor High School, averaging 13 points a game coming into the Classic. Gives the Bears a 6-2 lead. Vieira with the basketball, leaves it off, and back to Vieira. Jones. They work it just around the circle here. Here's an open look 3. It's going to cling out for Sadler. It's no good. Long snowbird pass is out of bounds. And over the head of Cornelius Grant, a turnover, and the Bobcats will have it.
Brett, Bevill State's playing some really good ball here early as we still got 17 minutes left here in the first half.
Fast and furious, pace of action. We'll appreciate you folks listening on WJLX 101.5, live streaming as well. Here is the drive, a kick out now. Ism for three, gonna rim out on him. And now we got a whistle underneath the bucket on one of the Bears. Let's see who this is going to be on. This is going to be the first team foul, and the first for Carterius Evans. Here is the shot, no good, and the rebound coming out to the Bears. Grant pulls it down, leaves it off down with Johnson, top of the circle. Stops, high post, left side, puts it up and in. Maurice Johnson and the Bears lead 8-2 now over East Georgia State, the Bobcats. We'll take a timeout as there's a timeout on the floor. Be right back. You're listening to Bevill State Basketball presented by Pinnacle Bank. Back to action quickly from Tuscaloosa. East Georgia with a basketball. Trailing by 6 here, 8-2. Bryson Rockcliffe, who just checked into the ball game out of the dead ball timeout, has it now. Left side. He'll leave it off with his teammate, Kittles. Kittles with the basketball near side perimeter to Rockcliffe. Picked up by Gervais Peters defensively. Here's a shot from the free throw line as the shot clock expires. Off the back iron and no good. Rebound Johnson and the Bears. Johnson going to drive. He'll put up a shot from the keyhole. It's no good. Pulling down the board is Joseph Williams back the other way. Williams with the basketball. Left side perimeter. Top of the key now to Rockcliffe. Rockcliffe whistles and a foul. This one may go against Evans, and if it is, it's his second.
It is against Carterius Evans, number 24 for the Bears.
So early in the contest, Evans going to find himself on the bench, probably. Yep, he's going to check out. And we got the Bear checking in. I believe that is R.J. Stevens. Here's the feed. Shot no good. Whistles underneath, and a foul is called. Foul will be on R.J. Stevens, who just checked in for Evans, who was having some foul trouble. Now he will send Deontay Page, the 6'5 freshman, to the line to shoot 2 shots. First one on the way. It is short, no good. Second shot coming up. On the way and good. Deontay Page, his first points of the ball game, makes it 8-3. The press is on in the backcourt. Johnson needs help. He finally finds it. Peters has it. Peters drives to the paint. Peters is going to be whistled, and a shooting foul coming up. He's going to be fouled and going to the line. Deontay Page with his first, second team foul of the half. 15:01 to go. First shot on the way, and swish for Gervais Peters. That'll be his first point. Peters didn't have that good of a ball game yesterday. He's averaging 14 points coming into the Classic. But maybe he can get the hot hand today as he hits both free throws. Page with a basketball, going to leave it off left side. Rockcliffe for 3. In and out, no good. Rebound, fought for, whistles out of bounds, and I believe they're going to get one of the Bears again with another foul. Let's see who they get here. It's going to be on C.J. Beckham, Sebastian.
Yeah, that is C.J. Beckham's first foul here, as it was not a shooting foul. So East Georgia's going to inbound the ball here as they give it to number 24. It's thrown backcourt.
And another foul is going to be called. My goodness, the Bears going to be in foul trouble, Grant. And just like that, the 15th foul with 14:42 to go in the opening half from Tuscaloosa. The Bears lead by 7, though. It's 10-3. As Rockcliffe has it top of the key. He'll go right side. 3 on the way, no good. Gervais Peters pulls down the board, and he's going to be fouled. Have a foul fest here. Bryson Rockcliffe, the sophomore from Lithonia, Georgia, with the foul. And they'll inbound side court here, and triggering it in will be R.J. Stevens. 6'5" freshman. He's back home here in Tuscaloosa. Played his high school ball at Hillcrest of Tuscaloosa. He'll have it now way outside near the timeline. Looks, finds Peters. Back to Johnson. Johnson going to have the ball stolen away. The bounce pass is stolen away in transition. Kittles with the basketball. He has his pocket picked. Out of bounds, so it goes. It'll be Bear basketball. Bear basketball with substitutions coming in, and it looks like Trinity Epps will check in for the Bears. Trinity, of course, father played at Walker College, coached at Walker College, followed the legendary Glenn Clem. Here's a 3 on the right side. Back iron, no good. Whistles underneath. We got a foul. So, inbounding underneath will be C.J. Beckham. Beckham off the inbounds to Peters. Whistles, another foul. Speaking of, Coach Epps, there he goes. Coach.
You're talking about Trinity Epps here. This is the first time he's got play time here in this Veterans Classic tournament.
You are correct. He did not play. He didn't play yesterday, and he's in the action today as the Bears lead 10-3. Inbounds pass, lay in. Oh, it's goaltending, and it is. Count it for Grant, and the Bears, their lead extended 12-3. 13:50 time to go here, opening half. Kittles with the basketball, picked up by Peters defensively, far side. To the dribble they go. Here's a drive in the lane. The finger roll will fall for Bryson Rockcliffe. His first points of the ball game makes it 12-5. Bears with the basketball, trying to break the press here. A little sticky defense. Here's a drive. Player falling down. Here's the drive into the paint. Shot will not fall for Grant. The rebound coming out. Numbers. Alley-oop. Got it. Darian Cone ducks it. And that makes it 12-7. Peters with the basketball, comes near side. He has it top of the circle now to the keyhole to Grant. Grant drives, kick out pass, baseline jumper, got it to fall, it's good. R.J. Stevens, his first points, makes it 14-7 now your score. As Mrs. Epps just came by and gave me a tickle on the neck. Didn't know who it was, and it was Miss Epps. Hadn't seen her in a while. It's good to see her. Here is a shot from Peters, blocked. Gets his own rebound, though, and the foul is called on one of the Bobcats. As this will be the 16th foul.
Some foul trouble early for both teams here.
Yeah, both teams. Yeah, really. You folks live streaming, you see Coach Epps now. There you go. Sit down, Coach. We got you. Here's a feed in the corner. You folks listening on radio, we're streaming live on Facebook as well and YouTube. Here's a shot from Peters. It's no good. And the rebound out to the Bobcats. Cats with the basketball. Trailing by 7 to the Bears. The ball stolen away. Bears in transition. Jordan Bell lays it up. He blew the layup. It's no good. Back the other way. Bobcats with the basketball. Cohen with it. To the dribble, picked up by Epps defensively. He'll drive, stops, kicks out. Here's a 3 on the way. It's no good. Ball tipped around. Out of bounds. Last touch by the Bears, but a good effort that time by R.J. Stevens. And this, let's see. We got substitutions coming in for the Bears. Johnson is back in. Scott is in as well. Epps will go to the bench along with Beckham. Whistles, and we're going back the other way, away from the basketball. We have a foul on number 14. 17 foul, and the inbound's coming up. Johnson will inbound, facing the press. Peters back to Johnson. Johnson back to Peters. Near side, Peters finally going to break the timeline with a pass to Bell. Bell underneath, he'll go to Scott. He puts it up, it's no good. Whistles though, and we have a foul on the play. And 2 shots coming up for Cameron Scott. Eighth team foul. That'll send Scott to the line where he has no points so far. But he broke that with a point there. Free throw is good, 15-7. 11:27 to go, opening half from Tuscaloosa. The Humphrey Center on the campus of Shelton State. Appreciate them hosting us here this afternoon. And the second shot falls for Scott. His second, 16-7. Bobcats with the basketball. They're looking for their first win of this young season. Here's a feed underneath, the lay-in good. Akoff with the lay-in good. And back the other way. Bears with it. Bell will leave it with Peters, right side, picked up by Kittles defensively. Goes top of the circle. Back around the horn, near side they go. Bell out to Johnson for 3. Back iron, no good, and the rebound pulled down by the Bobcats. Cats are running with it. Fast break action. Here is the lay-up is going to be blocked. And one of the Bears guilty of it. I believe it's going to be number 1, Jordan Bell. So that's going to send Cone back to the line to shoot 2 shots.
It is indeed, as the first one is up and good for number 14 there on East Georgia State. Make that 16-10. Bevill State leads here as the second shot is up. And it is good.
So his 4th point.
16-11, the Bevill State Bears lead. 10:39 left in the first half.
Breaking the press with the passing here. Number 5 with it, Gervais Peters, one of the sophomores on this year's team. Goes right side. The shot is blocked again. Scott went up with it, had his shot blocked. Bobcats back the other way with a basketball. Bounce pass underneath, shot blocked from behind. The foul is called on R.J. Stevens. And East Georgia will go to the line to shoot 2 shots. That's going to be the second one on R.J. Stevens. That'll be the Bears' 7th team foul. Coach Cheatham in his 2nd season as the head man at Bevill State Walker College. Up next, we'll be back in Tuscaloosa at Stillman to take on the junior varsity Monday evening. Shot on the way, it's no good. Back the other way, Bears with the basketball off the rebound. Beckham has it over to Johnson, breaking the timeline with a pass to Bell. Bell feeds underneath, left side, kissing it off the glass and good. Cornelius Grant. They call him CJ. And he has 4 points on the afternoon. Feed underneath East Georgia, walking with the basketball. So the Bears will inbound, triggering it in will be Jordan Bell. Red Elmore alongside Sebastian Black. Brian Hill here as well. Woody Wilson back in our studios. Whoa, thank God he caught that pass because that was heading right toward my head. C.J. Beckham saves the day. Here's a bounce pass. The keyhole shot on the way. Swish. Jordan Bell, his first points. Nice jumper that time from about the free throw line. Makes it 20-12. Kick out pass. Going to be lost. Out of bounds. Bear basketball. And now Coach Garrett over at East Georgia extremely frustrated and will send in 5 fresh players, as he does not like what he sees out of his team with 9:20 to go in the opening half.
It's very rare you see 5 new team members enter the game this early.
Yeah, platoon them in. They get in. Bell now has his pass knocked away into the hands of the Bobcats. Cats with it. Ism underneath. Whistles. And another foul. We got 2 shots coming up. Let's see who this foul's on. I believe that's going to be Jordan Bell. His second. Bears may not have enough players to play by halftime. 8th team foul. Once again, thank you for listening here on this Veterans Day afternoon. Thank you, veterans. We appreciate you very much. First shot, no good. We appreciate all of our servicemen and women. And a lot of folks off work today. We appreciate you folks tuning in to Bear Basketball on WJLX 101.5 FM. Second shot is good for Ism, his third. That makes it 20-12. 8-point advantage for the Bears as Johnson has it. Leaves it off with Peters. Near side, Beckham. Picked up by Sadler defensively. Works off a screen, but it's a moving screen. C.J. Grant guilty of that. Back the other way. Bobcats have it. Number 2 will trigger in. Crisp comes near side with a pass to Sadler. Sadler back to Crisp, and around the circle they go. Far side. Picked up by Johnson defensively. Comes near side. Jumper on the way. Long deuce good. Preston Crisp, his first points of the ball game. Makes it 20-15, your score. Ball tipped away. East Georgia steals. Transition basket good. That is Malik Sadler's first points. And just like that, it's a one-possession game. Timeout, Coach Cheatham for the Bears. 20-17, your score. The Bears on top with 8:15 to go in the opening half. We're going to take timeout as well. 30 seconds. We'll be back with more Bear Basketball presented by Pinnacle Bank in a moment. And we're back, and another timeout as the pressure was too much. And a full timeout this time. So Woody will send it back to you for 1 minute. 1 minute, we'll be back with more Bear Basketball on WJLX. 3-2-1. Well, they didn't take the full timeout, but while we were away, the Bears scored a deuce and a three-pointer for East Georgia, making it 22-20. And now East Georgia will have it as the ball sails out of bounds. The Bobcats are right in this thing, back in it. This is a close one from T-Town this afternoon. Jalen Jones with it. He'll drive. Left side. High post. Another good shot from Jones. We are tied at 22. The Bears facing the press. Peters loses the handle. It's out of bounds. Last touch by, they don't know. They're going to say it's going to be Bear basketball. Referees looking at one another. And the Bears will inbound. Gervais Peters will do so. Side court as the Bears just not having much luck with this press. 7:05, time to go, opening half from Tuscaloosa. Johnson with it. Goes top of the key to Beckham. Beckham right side. The far side to Peters. Peters whistles. And we've got a foul on one of the Bobcats. And that will send C.J. Grant to the line to be shooting free throws. The 1-and-1 coming up. Grant's a tall kid, a 6'6" freshman from Woodlawn out of Birmingham. Front half is good.
But East Georgia State here has been applying the full court press on Bevill, and it's been affecting Bevill here.
Yeah, it has. It has really affected them. It as well as allowed the Bobcats to climb back into this thing. Second shot is good by Grant, his 6th point. 24-22, Bears on top, 6:50 to go. Opening half. Here's Sadler with the basketball. Here's a shot on the way, it's no good. Rebound Bears. Bears still trying to break the timeline. Pressured, double team. Johnson, long pass into the hands of Stevens, goes to the hoop. It's knocked out of bounds, no foul called, it'll go back to the Bobcats. So the Bobcats will have the basketball, trailing by a deuce here, 24-22, 6:20 time to go. Cross-court pass, they go to Jones. Jones, top of the circle, Vieira. Vieira, left side, swings it around, left side to Jones. Jones, now a corner shot on the way, no good, back iron. Rebound Johnson to the Bears. Johnson breaking the timeline with a dribble. Johnson picked up by Jones defensively for East Georgia. They're in a man-to-man. Coming near side, Beckham. Beckham works off a screen, goes far side. Beckham directs traffic at 14 to shoot. Beckham drives in the paint, lays it off the glass and in. Man, that's a pretty shot. Beckham with his 6th point makes it 26-22 now with 5.5 minutes to go. Coming up at the half, Sebastian and Brian will be courtside. Here's a three, open look good for Sadler. That's his 5th point, and that makes it 26-25. The Bears by just a lowly point now. Johnson breaking the timeline. He'll go far side with the dribble. Hands it off to his teammate over there, Beckham. Beckham drives on the wing, now in the paint, kick out pass. Open look three, got it. Bottom for R.J. Stevens. Makes it 29-25 now, Bears by 4. Left side, Vieira. Vieira, top of the circle. Stops his dribble, finds near side to Jones. Jones kicks it over to Sadler for 3. He falls down, wanted a foul call that goes out of bounds as it was an air ball. Out of bounds, it'll be Bear basketball. And Coach Garrett is upset across the way, saying he tipped the ball. And do we have a reversal here? I believe we do. Yep. They're going to call it Bobcat basketball there, Sebastian.
Definitely a little confusion there. Is it like both players, to be honest, touched the ball, but
yep. Here's the three ball on the way. It's short as time expires on the shot clock. 4:19 to go. Near side Johnson breaking the press with a pass over to Stevens. Stevens in the paint. Whistles underneath. Grant walking with the basketball. He can't believe it. Underneath, walking with the basketball. A turnover, and the Bobcats will have it. Jones quickly up the floor, working to the goal to our right. They'll leave it off with number 5, Jones. Turnaround jump shot, no good. Pulled down by Johnson. Johnson with a basketball. Going to leave right side. C.J. Beckham. Beckham pulls back, resets. Comes near side with a dribble, leaves it with Peters. Peters back to Johnson. Johnson, plenty of time on the shot clock. He drives. He'll kiss it off the glass. High off the glass and good. Maurice Johnson. His 4th point makes it 31-25. Bears up by 6. 3:25 to go here until halftime. Sadler with the basketball, going to feed underneath. Shot no good. Rebound Johnson to the Bears. They're running with it. Johnson comes near side. Pass. Grant. Going to put up the jumper. It's an air ball. No good, but Peters is there to clean things up. It's a jump ball. Possession arrow in favor of the Bears. And substitution, who we got coming in, Baz?
Number 15, Cam Scott in for number 5, Gervais Peters here for the Bears.
So the inbounds, the shot, a little bit too much for Stevens, a little too hot. 3 minutes to go, Bobcats rebound. Back the other way, shot on the way, no good. Fight for the rebound. We got a foul on one of the Bobcats. Great hustle that time by Cam Scott.
As Cam Scott got the rebound off of that, but was immediately taken to the floor.
Yeah, he was.
He got tripped up right there.
So that'll send Scott to the line where he is, I believe, 2 for 2.
He is 2 for 2 so far.
So let's see what he can do here. Shot on the way, good.
Number 1, that is Jordan Bell, is coming in for number 13. That is R.J. Stevens for the Bears.
So Stevens takes his seat with 5 points. Second shot is no good. And the rebound out to the Bobcats. Cats with the basketball. Jones has it right side perimeter. Top of the circle, Crisp has it knocked away. Bears in transition. Bears with numbers. Bears all the way to the glass. Number 12, C.J. Grant will be fouled going to the hoop. Bears are up by 7, 32-25.
2:39 left here in the first half as Grant is shooting for 2 here at the free throw line. First one is up and good for Cornelius Grant, who now has 7 points in the ball game so far, looking for his 8th here in the first half.
2:39, time to go until halftime. We, of course, preparing for football tomorrow night. Oakman on the road at Sachs as the second shot falls for C.J. Grant. His 8th point, leading all Bears in this afternoon's contest. East Georgia with a basketball. Kittles left side. Top of the circle, the big man has it. He'll leave it off with his teammate. Right side, off the glass and in. Jalen Jones, his 4th. Excuse me, J.J. Richards is his name. We have some roster discrepancies I've noticed. I'll try to clear that up at halftime. Early in the season, you never know what you're going to get. Information is hard to come by early in the season. 9 on the shot clock. They feed right side. Here's Bell with a jumper. Bounces once, twice, and off the rim. And into the hands of the Bobcats with 1:45 to go. A drive in the lane. Shot. Whoa, it's blocked by Scott. Cam Scott blocks it back into the hands of Jones and the Bobcats. 15 to shoot. Cats, top of the circle. Chris, 3. Got it. His 5th point makes it 34-30. Bears by 4. Johnson with a basketball. Cross court he goes. Cam Scott. Scott going to feed underneath. Here's Johnson to the hoop. He's going to be fouled on the way. With 1:12 to go until halftime. Johnson up for 2. Both teams in the double bonus, but of course, not a lot of time left in the half. 1:12 to go. And 34-30 your score. Johnson attempts the second free throw. Good. His 5th point makes it a 5-point Bear advantage, 35-30. Kick out. Open look 3. Back iron, no good. Rebound Bears. Beckham with the basketball, breaking the timeline with a dribble. Under a minute to go from Shelton State. Drive, Johnson stops, fires back outside. Open player, 3, good. C.J. Beckham with 9 points, leading all scorers. 38-30 your score. Bears by 8. 34 seconds to play until intermission. Here's 2 with a basketball. Crisp. He's going to leave to his teammate underneath, who puts it up and in.
15 seconds left in the ball game, Brett. Or in the first half, anyway.
Yep, 12 seconds at 10. At 9, Scott feeds underneath. Wide open. Look! Oh, it rips out! He blew it. Johnson did. 3 seconds. 2, 1, 3 at the buzzer. Got it! Number 1, Johnny Kittles. Kittles nails the tray as the buzzer sounds to make it 38-35. Bevill State leads East Georgia at the half. We're going to step aside. Woody will take a 3-minute break. Sebastian and Brian will be back with some halftime comments following these messages. You're listening to Bear Basketball, presented by Pinnacle Bank at WJLX.
Welcome back, everybody, to the WJLX broadcast of the Bevill State Bears and the East Georgia College. Have we figured out what they are?
The Bobcats.
The Bobcats. Okay.
The Bobcats of East Georgia State.
And, of course, presented by Pinnacle Bank. And Bevill State on top by 3 here, 38-35 in Bass. I'm sure you got some numbers out there that you can share with the folks at home.
Yeah, the Bevill State Bears look strong early, but I'll tell you one thing, like I told Brett, this full court press that East Georgia State has been applying has really affected Bevill State here in the first half, as East Georgia has pulled alongside to a 38-30. They're down 38-35 to Bevill here. But some of the numbers for Bevill State here, Maurice Johnson, he has 5 points in the ball game with 3 rebounds. Jordan Bell has 2 points with 1 rebound, 1 steal, and 1 block. C.J. Beckham has 9 points with 5 rebounds. Gervais Peters, who didn't have a good ball game yesterday, he is currently sitting at 2 points, 1 rebound, and 1 steal here against East Georgia State. And you have Cornelius Grant, who I just found out they call him CJ.
Okay.
Call him CJ. CJ Grant here, he has 8 points in the ball game with 1 rebound. Cameron Scott has 3 points, 1 rebound, and 1 block. Carterius Evans has 2 points, 1 rebound, and 1 block. And R.J. Stevens has 7 points in the ball game with 1 rebound and 1 block. And that sets it up for Bevill State leading over East Georgia 38-35 here at half.
Seemingly, Baz, the officials that we have in this game are a lot more strict than the officials that we had yesterday. They seem to be wanting to call everything.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed, and it's definitely been interesting on some of the calls watching over here. A lot of confusion, really. There's been a couple plays here that they've just been confused. A couple out of bounds plays, but I mean, the officiating does seem a lot more strict here than they were than the officials yesterday.
And I almost have to think, of course, Carterius Evans, he had to take an early seat because of foul trouble. That has definitely altered the course when you have your top rebounder and top shot blocker out for at least to the beginning of this half, which is exactly the case.
Yeah, well, foul trouble has been on both teams. Foul trouble has been really bad here in the first half. Hopefully, Bud, honestly, both teams can clean that up. But yeah, you're right about Carterius Evans. He's I can't remember how many fouls. I think he had 2 or 3 fouls here in the first half. But I mean, you know, you still got a whole another half to play here. So I mean, you got to be careful with that here if you're Carterius Evans at Bevill State.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to step away for a 2-minute break. We'll be back with some more halftime comments and a little look on to what we're doing in the area here at WJLX in the next couple of days. So a 2-minute break, and we'll be back with Bevill State basketball presented by Pinnacle Bank. Pinnacle Bank. And, well, Bass, we've actually got one more trip as a overall crew here in the next few days, as the Stillman College JV will host the Bears on Monday, and we're just going to go down the road for that. You're actually going to be taking another trip down here, though, this weekend. Tell us about that.
Yeah, looking forward to the opportunity I'm getting, going down to Bryant-Denny Stadium on Saturday for the Alabama-New Mexico State game. And it's a little more special. Granted, we're playing New Mexico State. It's the first time I've ever been to an Alabama football game. Wow. So really special for me. Granted, we're playing New Mexico State, but I mean it's really special to me. I'm looking forward to it, and appreciate the friend who I got the tickets from that I'm taking the trip down to Tuscaloosa, Bryant-Denny Stadium on Saturday.
Of course, WJLX will be broadcasting, and they'll have the game broadcast starting with an 11 a.m. kickoff as they take on the New Mexico State Aggies, and I would assume that some problems are going to expectedly be taken care of, especially with the run game. Holding Bama to 6 yards rushing needs some immediate work, and I would imagine there's some defensive linemen and linebackers for New Mexico State that are going to be on their back and watching running backs go past them.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I think it was yesterday we were talking about it, maybe the day before, but LSU, brought everything they had against Alabama. Mm-hmm. They brought out the whole playbook, and they used every single play probably out of that playbook. And I don't think Alabama was prepared for it. So I'm hoping that the run game will be a lot better this game. Should be, but you never know how games go, especially this year. It's been a interesting time here in the college football season.
Absolutely. And also, speaking of football, that takes us to our next destination, as Brett Elmore and I will be joined by the professor, Woody Wilson, who's our engineer back in the studio today. He will be joining us as the Oakland Wildcats will be traveling to Anniston, and they'll take on Sachs in the second round of the Class 3A playoffs. I've been over there before. It's a wonderful stadium. As a member of the press, it's awesome. So
Sachs is over in Anniston, ain't it?
It is in Anniston. Yep. I've got me a lot of family over there, so.
Oh, there you go.
But I won't be able to see him this time out. But as it is, we are going to step away here for another 2-minute break, and we're going to bring you back the action. Bevill State and East Georgia, while Brett Elmore rejoins the broadcast. This is Bevill State basketball presented by Pinnacle Bank.
Welcome back to Tuscaloosa, 38-35. Bevill State on top of East Georgia. As you hear the buzzer, and we're just about set for the second half of action. Bear basketball is presented by Pinnacle Bank, with 3 locations in Walker County to serve you. As the Bears break huddle, you have number 3 over there. C.J. Beckham, Gervais Peters will be on the floor. Looks like Evans will be out there. C.J. Grant will be out there. And Maurice Johnson will be out there. And we're just about set here from T-Town, as East Georgia will inbound right in front of us here, side court. Number 11 will do the honors. I could reach out and grab him. He's that close. Inbounds to number 5, Jones. He'll drive to the bucket, puts it off the glass, no good. Rebound put back is there by Ism, his 5th point, and it's 38-37. Bears by a point. Johnson with a basketball near side. They go to Gervais Peters. Peters facing this man-to-man defense. To the dribble, hands it off. C.J. Beckham. Beckham back to Peters. Peters looks inside, nothing doing. Now he'll give. Underneath, shot blocked. Ball tipped around into the hands of the Bobcats. Bobcats back the other way. Bobcats throw up the 3 ball. It's no good. Rebound underneath. The putback is no good. Whistles, though. We have a foul on number 5, Gervais Peters. That'll be his first team foul of the half, as we're just underway in the second half. Brett Elmore alongside Sebastian Blank, Brian Hill here as well for WJLX Sports. Appreciate you listening on radio and via our live stream. Here is the feed on to Ism, lays it up and good, and the first lead of the ball game for East Georgia, 39-38. I believe it may have been 2-0 early East Georgia, Sebastian. I can't remember.
It was 2-0 early East Georgia, but the Bears took control. But now East Georgia has retaken the lead here.
That's right, and the Bears looking to do something about it. As Peters has it, looks inside for the big man. He finds him. C.J. Grant puts up the shot short. It's no good. Bobcats back the other way. Working to the goal to our left as you listen on radio. 11 has it, Vieira from Hinesville, Georgia. He goes right side. A pass off, a give to Sadler. Underneath, they try to go. Good save from going out of bounds. They give it to Jones. Jones shot on the way and good. From the wing, left side. It's now 41-38, East Georgia on top. Bears down by 3, breaking the press. Peters with it. Peters drives in the paint, stops his dribble. I thought he walked. He did. Traveling violation, so back the other way we go.
And Bevill State looks like they're going to take a timeout here.
Timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. Bears trail 41-38. 30 seconds back with more Bear basketball presented by Pinnacle Bank. Welcome back to T-Town, where the Bears trail at 41-38. Sandler with the basketball near side, picked up by Peters defensively, whistles now, and a foul away from the bucket. And it'll go back Bear basketball. Johnson will inbound side court. Johnson off the inbounds. Goes cross court to Peters, trying to break the timeline. He's knocked out of bounds right in front of us here.
Good thing we got a table right in front of us.
Absolutely, because that would have gotten me. Beckham will inbound side court. He gets it into Johnson. Johnson in the front court with a dribble. To Peters, top of the key. Peters will drive in the paint, loses it, out of bounds. East Georgia will have the basketball, leading by 3, 41-38, 17-17 to go in the second half. Pass out of bounds, it'll be Bear basketball. Little miscommunication as Sadler cannot come up with it. Better crowd this afternoon than we had last night. Here's the ball tipped away. The press works again, but the Bears will re-steal. Johnson with a basketball off the deflect. He'll leave it off with Beckham. Beckham has his shot blocked. Backs the other way. Jones, near side, off the chest of one of the Bears, number 24, Evans. Whistles, and it'll be Bear basketball baseline. Right in front of us here in the corner, Johnson directing traffic, trying to break this sticky defense. Beckham with the basketball, far side. Beckham to the dribble, leaves it with Peters, back to Beckham. Beckham looks him over, guarded by Sadler defensively in the man-to-man. Long shot, Johnson, back iron, no good. Long rebound out to the Bears. Evans comes up with it. Evans to the hoop. Evans lays it up and in. Carterius Evans with his fourth point makes it 41-40. Bears trail by 1. East Georgia with the basketball. Jones has it. Picked up by Peters defensively. Works off a screen. Comes near side. Feeds a bounce pass underneath. And he lays it up and in. Crisp with his 7th. Makes it 43-40. Bears trail by 3. Beckham breaks the timeline with a dribble. Into the front court. Beckham tries to feed in the corner, but it goes right into the Bevill State bench and out of bounds. There'll be another game here at 5 o'clock as Shelton will play South Georgia Tech. That'll be a great ball game. Two of the top teams in the South, as Shelton, the tops in the state of Alabama, against the tops of Georgia. Whistles and a foul, left side. Johnson going to be charged with a block, pleading his case here. And Vieira will inbound. High inbounds, they work it in. To Ism. He steps out of bounds. Out of bounds. And Bears will have it. Side court. 15-20 time to go in a ball game. Down by 3.
Brett, we talked about on the ride up here, this could be a very competitive ball game. It is kicked into the stands here.
And Miss Epps catches it. Good job, Miss Epps. You did good.
But this game has turned into a really competitive ball game here. Really good ball game between the two teams.
Yeah, they kick out of bounds into about the 4th row into the hands of Miss Epps, who's in attendance. Beckham, far side perimeter. High pass over to Johnson, near side. Man, this defense, I tell you what, the double team now over to Beckham in the corner. Beckham drives, kick out. Johnson 10 to shoot. At 9 to shoot. Johnson at 8, at 7. Johnson at 6, at 5. Johnson going to lead with Scott, who puts it up at the buzzer. Short, no good. Rebound, putback is there. Carterius Evans, his 6th point, makes it 43-42. East Georgia by a point. The feed, far side, a dribble drive. Kicks it back outside. Here's a drive underneath, shot off the mark, no good. Gets his own rebound, puts it back up, no good. but Londonism will go to the line to shoot 2. Good hustle. And the foul's going to be on Cam Scott.
That is Scott's first foul of the ball game here, as number 12 for East Georgia shoots the shot, and first one is no good here. Some substitutions in for the Bears. In comes Maurice Johnson and number 13, that is R.J. Stevens, in for Cam Scott.
Yeah, Cam will go out. Not sure who else went out. Second shot is good, by the way. I think that was Ism shooting that. Nonetheless, it was good, and whistles now. And we have some discussion going on here between the referees.
I think they're discussing what they're going to eat later. Don't you agree?
Yeah, that could be it. Speaking of, getting kind of hungry.
There's plenty of food places here in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Johnson with the inbound. He has it top of the circle. Right side of the corner. Peters back around. The Bears working it around the horn. R.J. Stevens leaves it with Johnson. Underneath, nice feed, and the put in good. Carterius Evans with 8 points makes it 44-44. We're tied up. Good ball game this afternoon in Tuscaloosa. Sadler with the basketball, drives, going to put it up and in. That's his 7th. That makes it 46-44. East Georgia by 2. Beckham with the basketball. To Johnson. Johnson looks. Going to find now his teammate Evans, who drives all the way to the glass, puts it up off the right side and good. That puts him in double figures at 10 points and ties the ball game with 13 minutes to go. Here's a long jumper off the mark, no good. Rebound Beckham and the Bears. Beckham feeds underneath the lay-in, easy off the left side for R.J. Stevens. His 7th point. It's 48-46, and the Bears have the lead again. Ism with the basketball, drives, turnaround jump shot, air ball, no good. Rebound, right into the hands of Johnson. Here's a feed, Peters, right side, thought about the 3, behind the back, they say he's battling with the basketball. So a turnover, and East Georgia will have it down 2. Whistles as we're just about set for action. They work it in. Crisp gets it into Jones. Jones near side with a pass to Kittles, picked up by Peters defensively, works off a screen, goes right side to the glass, no good. Rebound, Peters and the Bears running. Gervais with it. Over to Johnson for 3. No, will not fall. Rebound East Georgia. Back the other way, Bobcats with it. Cats, left side, working to Whistles. We got a pile of humanity, and they're going to charge Johnson with a foul. Going to charge Johnson with the block.
Johnson did not seem too happy with that foul.
Nope, he did not. And, the Bear fans over here, not too happy either. But nonetheless, East Georgia will have it. Here's a drive shot, partially blocked. Johnson comes away with it for the Bears. Johnson and company running 3-on-2. He loses it out of bounds. My goodness. Had the fast break going 3-on-2 and could not convert. 48-46, Bears by 2. Cole with the basketball, comes near side, Chris, top of the key. Jones back to Cone. Picked up by Evans defensively. Right side, shot on the way, front iron, no good. Rebound, put back, the floater will not fall. Rebound, put back, 3 looks, and finally a bucket for Cone, his 8th. That makes it a tie ball game. I do believe they have not added the points. Apparently it's 48-46. Guess I got ahead of myself, didn't I, Sebastian?
I think so, but R.J. Stevens is guilty of the foul here, his 3rd foul with 11:24 left here in the ball game.
They work it in. He stepped on the line. I was about to say, better call that. Stepped on the striped side court. And the Bears will inbound side court to our left. Stevens will work it into Johnson. Leaves it off with Beckham, back to Johnson, near side perimeter, picked up by Kittles defensively. Weaves through traffic, kick out pass, 3-ball, air ball, no good. Peters can't find his range. He was on the line again, no. They will not, the shot is no good, now out of bounds, it'll be Bear basketball. As the Bears inbound, Johnson has it. They'll work it over to Beckham, draws the double team, leaves it with Peters, back to Beckham. Beckham, left side. Here's a drive, shot on the way and good. Carterius Evans. Basket's good. Evans draws the foul. I had Evans with 12, and they do 2 now on the scoreboard. He leads all scorers, Sebastian.
He does. As he has routed Bevill to a 50-46 lead here, pending the free throw here. Shot is up, and it is no good here.
And a rebound out to East Georgia. Bobcats with the basketball, trailing by 4 here, 10:35 to go in the second half. Darian Cone going to drive, and he lays it up and in off the left side, putting him in double figures. Bears by 2, and with the basketball, Beckham into the front court. Leaves it with Johnson. Johnson, high post. He's going to get it to the hot hand Evans. Evans, a kick out. A feeding, a streaking player along the baseline of the blocking foul. As Cam Scott made his move along the baseline. And we have a foul on one of the Cats.
Number 14 for the Bobcats draws the foul.
Have several veterans in the stands here this afternoon as they'll be honoring the veterans coming up the next game. Appreciate you folks spending your Veterans Day with us with some basketball action. High shot good. 13 R.J. Stevens from the left elbow. Good, 52-48. 10 minutes to go in Tuscaloosa. A good one. East Georgia driving with a basketball. He's walking. Yep. Traveling violation. Bears will have it. Baseline, they'll inbound with 9:53 to go. They work it into Maurice Johnson. Johnson cross court to Beckham. Trying to break the timeline. They'll do so with a pass over to Evans. Evans going to draw the double team. Cross court pass, tipped out of bounds. It'll be Bear basketball. I think.
It is Bear basketball.
Beckham will trigger it in here from underneath his own bucket. Beckham looks. Evans with the inbounds, and he lays it in left side. Evans' 14th point extends the Bear lead, 54-48. Here's a drive. I think he was walking. Yes, he was. Traveling violation. violation. Bears will have it after the timeout. 9:21 to go in the ball game. The Bears lead 54-48. We'll be back in 1 minute to Bear basketball, presented by Pinnacle Bank. Welcome back. Bevill State basketball presented by Pinnacle Bank. Johnson for the long deuce, no good. Rebound Bears with a fresh shot clock, three-corner, got it. C.J. Beckham with a dozen points. Makes it 57-48. Bears starting to pull away here, we hope. They're on a run in East Georgia with the basketball. Going to lay it up, shot partially blocked from behind, but the putback is there. The big guy, the 6'5" freshman Caleb Akoff with his fourth. Whistles, traveling with the ball. Evans, and I don't know about that, but okay. They'll work it in with 8:29 to go. East Georgia working off a screen. Now that screen is going to be a moving screen. So the Bears will have it right back. Side court in front of us here. 13 will trigger it in. R.J. Stevens looking. Going to get it into Johnson. 8:20 time to go. Johnson slips down, leaves it with his teammate, Cam Scott. Scott loses the handle, comes back up with it, leaves it with Johnson. Back to Scott, whistles now, and he's traveling with the basketball. They're tough this afternoon. Maybe he heard me.
Gave a little look before the
he did just a few minutes ago, but if I disappear from the broadcast, you'll know where I'm at, outside, warming up the car. Anyway, off the inbounds, a 7-point lead for the Bears. Whistles, and now we're going back the other way, a call away from the basket. A call away from the basketball, a blocking foul, and this will be the third foul on Akoff. The inbounds coming to Johnson. Under 8 minutes to play in Tuscaloosa. Bears by 7, 57-50. Beckham with the basketball left side. Beckham comes top of the key. Gervais Peters. Peters stops, finds Johnson. Left side, bounce pass is going to be out of bounds. Last touch by the Bears. And now East Georgia will have it. .15 with the basketball, going to work it up the floor. I don't have him on my roster. Apologize for that. Kittles with it. He'll leave it off. Here's a drive and a kick-out pass. A move along the baseline. Shot partially blocked, but the follow-up and the cleanup is good by Caleb Willis. They had him as Akoff in the program, but they say Willis, so I'll go with that. Here's Johnson with the basketball. 7 minutes to go in Tuscaloosa. R.J. Stevens has it. Going to leave it with Beckham way outside near the timeline. He'll drive in the paint. Has his shot blocked back the other way. Ism and company whistles. He kicks it. It goes out of bounds. It'll be Bear basketball, I believe. Nope, it's going to be East Georgia basketball. We thought this would be a pretty good game this afternoon, and it has lived up to expectations. Kittles with it. He'll feed underneath. And a kick-out pass to Ism. Another kick-out's going to be knocked away by the Bears, but they come back up with it. This one knocked away again, right off the fingertips of a couple of Bears. They can't come up with the ball, but 8 to shoot. 7 and 6, they drive. Shot on the way. It's going to rim in good for Kittles. Kittles with his 6 point makes it 57-54. Here is Gervais Peters with the basketball. Breaking the timeline with a dribble. It's a 3-point Bear advantage in Tuscaloosa. Scott with the basketball. Scott. Long deuce will not fall. Rebound East Georgia. Ball knocked away. Ball stolen. Ball with the Bears. Ball laid up and in by C.J. Beckham. His 14th point. 59-54. Big bucket there. Every bucket's going to be big from here on out as we are at 5:35 to play in the ball game. Bounce pass, right side. Knocked away. East Georgia comes back up with it. A spin move in the paint. Will not fall. Whistles. Baseline. He steps on it out of bounds. And we have a timeout on the floor. 5:24 to go in the ball game. 59-54 your score. I thought we had a timeout, but no, they're just going to pull a substitution here. And that's fine by me as Gervais Peters will walk it up the floor. Peters with the basketball, top of the circle, goes right side. Around the horn they go. Grant over to Scott, now back to Peters. Peters backpedals a little bit on the perimeter. Evans makes a move in the paint. Turn around, he's walking with a basketball again. Five minutes exactly to play. Bears by 5.
East Georgia's still playing that sticky defense here.
Man, they play some really good defense, and I'm surprised they're 0-2 on the season. These guys pretty talented. Here is a feed underneath. The shot is up and good. That guy, Ken Ism, his 9th point and a timeout called by East Georgia, a 30-second timeout. We'll take one as well with 4:40 to go in the ball game. Bears by 3, back in 30 seconds. Back to Bear basketball on WJLX, the sports voice of Walker County. WJLX 1015FM.com. Streaming to Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter this afternoon. Brett Elmore and Sebastian Black with your call. Here's Gervais Peters with it. Gonna leave it on top of the circle. Grant feeds underneath Evans. Evans throws it away out of bounds. And boy, I tell you what, Coach Cheatham is pretty frustrated at that. With 4:21 to go, didn't want to turn the ball over there up 3. And I think Coach wants the timeout. He does. And we'll take one as well. 4:21 to go in the ball game. We'll be back after this 60-second break to more Bear basketball presented by Pinnacle Bank. Welcome back, Bear Basketball on WJLX. Brett Elmore, Sebastian Black courtside. Brian Hill on the camera this afternoon. Inbounds, East Georgia with the basketball. Down 3. Here's a turnaround jump shot in the paint. No good. Rebound. Bobcats, they have it. They'll reset here. Jones has it, top of the circle. Near side to Ism. Ism will drive in the paint. Going to put up a shot over Carterius Evans. It will not fall, but the foul is called.
That is Carterius' third foul of the game.
And that'll send Ism to the line, Baz. He had a pretty productive afternoon so far. Shot on the way and good. That's going to put him in double figures with 10. Or was it no good? That one was good. 59-57. Now he has 10 points. And the press is on. Can the Bears break it? Yes, they can. Beckham going to take it, leave it off last minute. Shot on the way, no good. Underneath, foul is called as C.J. Grant was going to lay it up and in, but it was fouled underneath. The 6'6 freshman from Woodlawn. But a total line to shoot 2 big free throws with 3:53 to go. Up by a point.
They finally decided to fix the scoring there.
Yeah, I was about to say, I thought Ism had hit both free throws.
He did 59-58 there.
I'm glad I'm not losing it.
I guess the scorekeeper decided to fall asleep a little bit over there.
First shot on the way. It rims out on C.J. Grant. It's no good.
And now we have taken the point away.
They don't know what's going on. Now they have taken the point off the scoreboard. I thought he hit both of them.
I thought he did too.
Now they have it at 59-57. And now we have a powwow. That's just great. Gives me time to remind you we'll be on the road tomorrow night to Anniston, Alabama. Sachs High School, now they put the point back on the board. It is Oakman at Sachs in the second round of the Alabama High School Athletic Association State Playoffs. Myself, Woody Wilson, will be on the call tomorrow night. So the point has been added back. 59-58 is the score.
They didn't know what they were doing.
No.
Let's be honest.
No. I'm pretty sure he hit both of those free throws. So now, C.J. Grant will have one more. Try to make this a 2-point advantage. No, back iron will not fall. Rebound, East Georgia. Ball is loose. Ball's on the ground. Bears come up with it. The lay-in good from C.J. Beckham. His 16th point. And the Bears are up 61-58. 5 with the basketball, Jalen Jones. Jones to the dribble. Gonna leave it off. Open look 3 to tie it, no good. And the rebound and the putback is no good. The foul is called. And back to the line goes the big freshman Londonism.
With 3:22 left here, that is Carterius Evans' 4th foul of the ball game here, as number 12 was sent to the free throw line for East Georgia.
So Evans with 4 fouls, 14 points on the afternoon. C.J. Beckham was 16 for the Bears, as the first shot is good from Ism. He's going to be leading all scorers for East Georgia with 12. To the bench goes C.J. Grant for your Bevill Bears. Second shot is good. It is 61-60. 1-point advantage for the Bears. 3:20 to go. Beckham with a basketball. To the dribble. Gets into the front court with a dribble. He's going to leave. Last second and lay it up and in. It's good. Carterius Evans' 16th point. 63-60. Bears by 3 minutes to play. Right side, Crisp. Top of the key, Jones. Jones, back right side. Vieira to the dribble. Picked up by Peters defensively. A kick-out pass. Baseline drive. Shot will not fall. Rebound and a fresh shot clock. Way outside. Drive against Rockcliffe. He'll lay it up off the glass. No good. Ball is loose. Ball into the hands of Johnson. Bears running. Evans, left side. Evans lays it up and in. Evans with 18 points. Bears by 5. Whistles now. And we have a blocking foul on the Bears, Gervais Peters. That'll be his second, and it will send Jalen Jones to the line. To shoot. Excuse me, is this the 1-and-1? I do believe. Yeah. Shot is good. And that will be his 7th point. Second shot coming up.
It is up, and it is no good. Rebounded by C.J. Beckham for the Bears.
Bears with the basketball. 2:17 to go. Beckham near side to Johnson. Picked up by Vieira defensively. Johnson going to go all the way to the baseline and kick out to Peters. Bounce pass. And nice ball movement, but it's going to be knocked away. East Georgia with the basketball. Down 4. Minute 53 to go. A foul, let's see. Yes, on the Bears. And this one is going to be the 5th on Evans.
That is the 5th on Evans, and
he will say good afternoon and go to the bench with 18 points on the evening.
Checking in will be number 12. That is Grant for the Bears in replacement of Evans.
Sadler to the line from Atlanta, Georgia. Puts up the shot. It's good. 8 points for him. And the second shot to make it a 2-point ball game is good. Whistles, timeout. East Georgia. A minute 52 to go in the ball game. 65-63, Bevill State on top. And we'll take a 1-minute break. 1 minute, we'll be back to more Bear basketball presented by Pinnacle Bank in a moment. Back live, a minute 50 to go. Johnson with the basketball as we get back to action. Gervais Peters back to Johnson now. Johnson, he'll drive in the paint. Stops, whistles. We got a foul. And that'll send Johnson to the line to shoot the 1-and-1. Appreciate you folks tuning in to Bear Basketball this afternoon.
Johnson's first shot is up and good. 66-63 here. Puts the Bears on top by 3 with 1:36 left in the ball game. And it's going to come down the wire here, Brett.
Looks that way. 6 points now for Johnson.
Second shot coming up here for Johnson. It is up and no good. Rims out. Rebounded number 3 for East Georgia.
East Georgia with a basketball. Here we go. Minute 25 to go. Feed underneath. Shot partially blocked. Foul is called. A 3-point advantage for the Bears, and going to the line will be the big man Ism. My goodness. Appreciate you folks tuning in on Facebook. Let us know where you're viewing from. We'd love to know where you're at this afternoon. And once again, happy Veterans Day to all of our veterans who are listening via radio on WJLX 101.5. As you see some of our colors across the way as they're getting ready for the next game. And they're wiping up some spots on the floor here. But yeah, appreciate you folks on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. You can follow along with us all season long. Should be a lot of fun. When this Bear team gels a little bit, gets a few games underneath their belt, I think they're going to have a pretty decent run here. It's a talented group. They just need to gel, and it's early in the season. Want to really start hitting your peak when it comes conference time right after the new year. Second shot is good. It's a 1-point game. Inbounds pass. The press is on. Peters breaks the press with a dribble. Peters into the front court with a dribble. Peters will leave it off now with C.J. Beckham. The sophomore from Carver, way outside. Stops his dribble, looks for help. He draws a double team. Timeout, Coach Cheatham and the Bears. 1:05 to play in regulation. Bears 66, East Georgia 65. Back in 30 seconds with more Bear basketball presented by Pinnacle Bank. Welcome back. Let's set the stage for you. 1:05 to go here from the Humphrey Center in Tuscaloosa on the campus of Shelton State. Bevill State leads East Georgia by a point, 66-65. And it'll be Bear basketball side court in front of our own bench. C.J. Beckham will trigger it in. 12 on the shot clock, by the way. Looking, gets it in. C.J. Grant has it. Grant to Johnson. 12 to shoot, whistles, and I don't think that shot clock started with the inbound. I don't even know if the clock. I don't think the shot clock started.
I don't think nothing started, to be honest.
I don't either. No. They're going to put 10 on the shot clock. And no, they're going to put 8 on the shot clock. And a minute 2 to go. No, a minute to go in the ball game.
1 minute shot clock, 8 seconds.
Or I should say regulation at this point. It's a 1-point game. Bevill State leads by a point with a minute to go and 8 to shoot. Beckham will trigger it inside court. Looking, Beckham. Beckham looks, fires, gets it into Peters. Here's Beckham, baseline, drives, oh, he missed it! Off the back of the iron, no good. East Georgia with a basketball, driving, whistles, count it, and the foul. My goodness. Sadler, and they're not going to count the bucket. They're going to say it was before the shot. So the 1-and-1 coming up.
Number 3,
66-65, Bevill on top. But the 1-and-1 coming up now for Sadler to try to tie and or take the lead. Good. His 10th point, and it ties the ball game in Tuscaloosa for the lead. Got it. Bears down by a point, 48 seconds to play in regulation. Here's Johnson with it. From the midcourt stripe. He delivers it to Stevens. Stevens with it. To Peters, back to Johnson. 30 seconds to play. 13 to shoot. Way outside Beckham. Beckham works off a screen. Works off a screen again, tries to go far side. Beckham gonna leave it now. With Grant as time expires on the shot clock. Can't get the shot off, and now with 17 seconds left in regulation, the shot clock is off. East Georgia has a 1-point lead and a timeout. Bears will be back in 30 seconds. Bear basketball is presented by Pinnacle Bank. Welcome back, Bear basketball on WJLX, the sports voice of Walker County. 67-66. East Georgia, the Bobcats with the lead. And they will have to inbound, so you figure the Bears will try to get the steal to begin with. If not, they'll try to foul here. Here we go. East Georgia has to go the length of the floor. Bobcats trigger it in. Looking, timeout. Can't get it in, timeout. We'll take one as well. 30 seconds, and we're back in a moment. Buzzer, 17.2 on the clock. Shot clock is off. East Georgia with a 1-point lead, and the inbound coming up. Bears going to try to steal, of course. If not, they'll immediately foul. They'll work it in. The ball is going to be dribbled around. 13 finally going to foul him at about the time stripe here. And to the line will go number 5, Jalen Jones. 12.9 on the clock. Jones will try to add to this 1-point lead. But nonetheless, either he makes them both, it's still a one-possession game, Baz.
It is here as first shot is up and good to make it a 2-point game here, pending the second shot.
Second shot coming up to make it a 3-point ball game. 12.9 left on the clock. Big free throw is up. It is good. It is a 3-point lead now. Bears need a tray. 12 seconds. Johnson, 10, 9, 8. Johnson, 7, 6, 5. He puts up the long deuce. It's no good. Here is a 2-second for the, no, he couldn't get the shot. Oh, he got it, but the shot, they say he traveled with the basketball. Let's see. Is that going to do it? Yes, the referees are saying that's the ball game. Sebastian, he had a shot at it, but he traveled with the basketball, and the shot was good when he put it back up, but they say he traveled, and that's how we'll end this one in T-Town. The Bears lose it 69-66.
Devastating loss there for the Bears, as could have tied it up with that 3-ball to send it into overtime, but unfortunately the Bears fall short. But East Georgia gets their first win on the season.
We'll take a final break. Final break. We'll be back to wrap it up in a moment. You're listening to Bear Basketball on WJLX.
The Bevill State Bears have fallen in an absolute squeaker to the East Georgia Bobcats here at Shelton State, the Veterans Day Classic. Sebastian's tallying up some stats for us right now, and we'll have it in just a moment. Bears look good in relatively good spurts and then had some drawbacks as the game went on. And of course they will be on the road Monday back here in Tuscaloosa for Stillman JV. And here we are, Bass. How about some final numbers?
Final numbers here in the ball game here in T-Town on the campus of Shelton State. Maurice Johnson, number 0, had 6 points in the ball game, 3 rebounds, 1 steal. Jordan Bell had 2 points, 1 rebound, 1 steal, and 1 block. C.J. Beckham had 16 points, 9 rebounds, and 1 steal. Gervais Peters, who we talked about, did not have a good game yesterday, continues as well, does not have a good game either today. He has 2 points, 1 rebound, and 1 steal. Cornelius Grant, C.J. Grant, had 8 points, 1 rebound. Cameron Scott had 3 points, 1 rebound, and 2 blocks. Carterius Evans, who fouled out in the ball game, he had 18 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 block. And R.J. Stevens had 12 points, 1 rebound, and 2 points. or 2 blocks.
Well, Bass, I was just talking to Brett just a minute ago, and he'll be here for the final wrap-up, but we had looked at C.J. Beckham the way that he played today, and we've pretty much given him the nod for player of the week, for player of the game. Do you concur on that?
I do. He had 16 points today, 9 rebounds and 1 steal, and yesterday he had 12 points with 2 steals. So I would guarantee you that locks up that spot of player of the game for C.J. Beckham here on the Bears.
And let's go ahead and give it to C.J. also for our player of the week. When you look at 2 different games, he had a total of 9 rebounds, 3 steals. What was his points total for today? 16?
16.
So that is 28 points for 2 games overall for C.J. So C.J. Beckham, our WJLX Pinnacle Bank Bevill State player of the game. We're going to take a 1-minute break, and we'll be back with the final wrap-up as Brett Elmore joins us for Bevill State basketball presented by Pinnacle Bank.
(69-66), East Georgia winner over Bevill State. The Bears are 1-3 on the season now under Coach Kelly Cheatham. Be back in action at Stillman playing the JV on Monday evening, so you'll join us for that. Be sure to tune in. Sebastian, enjoyed it, and we'll head back to Jasper.
I enjoyed it. Looking forward to the next game.
All right, for Sebastian Blank, for Brian Hill, for Woody Wilson, I'm Bud Elmore saying good evening from the Veterans Classic in Tuscaloosa.